Hello, thank you for joining the Lazaridis School for our Beyond the Degree video series. My name is Graham McCormick, and I'm the Corporate Engagement Officer for the Lazaridis School of Business and Economics at Wilfrid Laurier University and a BBA alumnus from 2011. Today, we're joined by Ryan Page, Program Manager at HP and an alumnus of the Business Technology Management Program, class of 2016, and a former BTMSA President. At HP, Ryan manages two cloud printing solutions, HP Roam for Business and HP Print Anywhere. Ryan, thanks for joining me today.
Hello, Graham. Thanks for having me.
To get things going, you did your bachelor's degree in business technology management at the Lazaridis School. Why did you choose Laurier, and what drew you to the BTM program?
Great question. At a high level, I was introduced to the leadership program at high school from my guidance counselor. Was not a straight A student, so my opportunities were a bit limited. The leadership program had a bit more business opportunities, and that was what I was looking to get into at the time. And I thought if I worked really hard first year in leadership program that was offered at the Brantford campus, I could potentially look into transferring into BBA, or as we'll talk about, the BTM program. And so I got into essentially where I'm at today through that decision. Got accepted, going through course selection. I selected all of the BBTM first year requirements and transitioned into the BBTM program in second year. And what drew me to the program, I should get onto that, is first year my roommates were actually in the program, told me about what the benefit of CoOp would be, and more about learning business with some emphasis on the technology classes in it. And I want to be an entrepreneur one day and be in that tech industry. And this was just a great opportunity that I was fortunate to come across.
You know, it's interesting because your path is, it's non-traditional, but it's not, that happens a lot, right? Students do transfer into the BTM program. Now, the thing that I find really interesting is that while you were a student, you were actually the president of the Business Technology Management Students Association. Why did you get involved with the BTMSA, and how do you think that experience, helped you with your coursework and with your career thus far?
So at second year of the program, it was relatively new when I joined, and part of that integration and learning more about students' experience in CoOp and with the senior year of coursework ahead, the BTMSA events that were led allowed me to meet with other students, have post-secondary, or I guess out of school events, and really added to the student engagement that Laurier Brantford had to offer. And so I wanted to replicate that for the upcoming students. Applied and was selected, and we did numerous events. The benefit, of course, of doing it was to meet with the faculty, learn more about them, and have a closer line to them if I needed help with my coursework. We actually did a family feud event where it was teachers versus students, and so that was really fun. And I got to use it on my applications to CoOp that were really, really helpful, landing me at Magnet Forensics.
Well, any type of leadership, any type of involvement outside of class is just such a differentiator. And I think your point is right. If you get involved with these things, you do get an opportunity to usually spend more time with faculty, and also spend time with some of your classmates who you may not otherwise have gotten to know as well.
Sure.
You touched on this now a little bit. As part of the BTM program, all students are enrolled in the CoOp program. Tell us a little bit about your work terms and how you think they help complemented your in-class learnings.
Agreed. So the Laurier CoOp office is phenomenal. They helped me tremendously through the application process, and I was fortunate enough to land myself at Sun Life Financial for my 8-month CoOp term as a business data analyst, where worked with a lot of great, helpful colleagues who showed me the ropes and bared with my learning curve. What I did at Sun Life Financial was essentially leveraging SQL to build out reports for our business analytics department, and did that for the first half. And the second half was more responsibility because we had a director join our team at the time, and she increased essentially my role to implement more project management practices with business analytics. So she came from a software background, and she introduced me to things like Jira, Confluence, leveraging that on the team, and that was a great experience. A lot of lessons learned, and I used that to essentially branch into a more focused R&D role at Magnet Forensics for my 4 month. I had the option to go to Sun Life Financial, but knowing CoOp, you want to try everything and learn more about what you want to do. And so I was a technical project coordinator at Magnet Forensics, where I led multiple Scrum teams, release management, and I worked on government grants closely, such as IRAP and SHRED. And so that was a great experience, and Magnet Forensics as well. I spent a lot of time there, and they were very, very open to the CoOp process and great with everything.
What exceptional experience, especially, at Sun Life, being able to do, an 8-month co-op, and have your leaders identify your skills and give you extra responsibility. And that is exciting.
Yeah. Especially
now
a director, right? Director, you're fresh out of school. It's awesome and a great program.
And I can only imagine how you felt being able to contribute, still as a student, for one of the largest companies in Canada.
Agreed.
So after graduating, you joined Magnet Forensics as a technical project coordinator. How do you think the BTM degree helped you prepare for your first full-time role out of school?
From the, let's say, coursework perspective, there were a lot of courses that helped me in the transition. So there was stuff such as influence and persuasion. As a project coordinator, you don't have people directly reporting to you, so you have to obviously be honed in on your communication skills and leverage. I did some change management as well, which again is important in, I think, any role you do. One of the key things that separates, I think, the BBTM program versus others is its IT software focus. And so I learned about development methodologies such as Scrum, Kanban, extreme prototyping, all of those, which again, prepare me tremendously for working in a software shop such as Magnet. System architecture and design, which introduced me to sequence diagrams, activity diagrams, use cases. And I think the coursework by itself was tremendous in setting me up for success. From the faculty, there's a lot of priorities, and as you called out with the BTMSA, when you have responsibilities, it forces you to really prioritize and schedule your time. And so again, being in the smaller classes, having accessibility to your professors and asking them for help, and them expecting a lot of you and knowing you more than just a number was tremendous in helping me grow essentially once I graduated.
You were able to do such coursework that it's not just all theory, like it's actually having to learn the tools and apply them. So yeah, that's so great to hear.
Agreed.
Now,
and it taught me essentially that learning doesn't stop when you're done school, unfortunately. So you have to stick with it, especially with programming. We did some intro courses, but if you really want to be proficient, yeah, the extra courses after is great.
Now, you've been with HP now for 3 years and have held the positions of project manager, research and development manager, and now program manager. Can you just tell us a little bit about these roles, the differences and the type of work you're doing now?
Yeah, so the first two were essentially done in tandem. So I started off as a project manager, focusing just on our Kitchener lab, our deliverables, meeting milestones, and essentially making sure that we're not overcommitting the team. And so it was very similar to my role at Magnet, and the difference was working in an enterprise level company. And so we were working on Rome, and we still are, but we had a more focused role in that project. And so I was helping them with just Scrum ceremonies, deliverables, and also communicating up to management on our project statuses. And then at the time we had a bit of a team change, and I took over the DevOps team. And so all of the backend infrastructure support, I was also helping that team with prioritization, road mapping, doing one-on-ones that I didn't have experience with before, and doing year-end reviews, which is a total different experience to what I'm used to. And that was essentially the first year and a half. And they've given me a promotion to and go up a level to program management, where we're not just talking about Kitchener folks contributing to the projects. We're now going into India and Korea and coordinating across multiple time zones to make sure that HP's print on the go program and Rome are successful.
That's so exciting that you can have a job, that sits here in Kitchener-Waterloo, but, is interacting with teams globally.
Agreed. And ensuring that everyone's aligned, being on different time zones is very fun.
Just looking at the clock, and I'm noticing we're almost out of time. And I'd like to ask you one last question. What advice would you give to any students who are thinking about applying to the BTM program?
We were talking about earlier, the remote aspect that the recent times has brought has definitely added interest. I think a lot of students applying were born in the 2000s, and I wasn't. So I think times have changed. But I would say when I was looking at programs, I think don't be afraid to try new things. With the BBTM program, it's way more developed than it was when I joined. But yeah, look at all the things, what you want to do later, if CoOp is offered or not, which BBTM is, and also consider the smaller class sizes. It helped me out tremendously. My profs had a huge influence on my work ethic and organization, and I'm still in touch with some of them today. And so I think for BBTM, it may be normal going out of high school to want to look at where your friends are going, but they'll always be in touch. And Brantford wasn't that far away from where I was going, and it turned out to be a great experience and decision. So don't be afraid to try something new. And if you want to get more into technology, BBTM is a great first step.
Ryan, thank you for sharing your insights and experience today. I know it'll be of great value in the Lazaridis School and Laurier community. Thank you again for watching Beyond the Degree, featuring Ryan Page, Program Manager at HP and a graduate of the Lazaridis School.
Awesome. Thank you.